Good evening. Once again, we return to the story of Caius, Dunmer, Spell Sword, Eternal Champion, Agent of the Emperor, Initiate of the Blades, Finest Courier of Tamriel, and Special Friend. Now, our plan had always been to finish whatever work we had in the West so that we can start doing the main quests. This would be anything from the Mages Guild to the Fighters Guild to the work that Caius Caussades wants us to work on. Problem is that I've forgotten some of these tasks, so we're going to take a quick minute and look at what we have in our log. I know at least one or two of these I need to go back. Nope. All right. So the Mages Guild, I've taken a look at Alderaan, but I need to check out Vivec. And Sadra the Mora. Alright. Also looks like I need to talk to somebody for the Lalu. So all roads seem to go to Vivec. Alright, so Edwina wants me to get the potion. So the good news is that there's overlap between the tasks. Alright, so we need to go even further back for the Fighters Guild. Feels too early, but let's just take it. Actually, you know what? Under that's not right. Here it is. Desalin Suran. Alright, so I've got my map. So we're currently in Pelagiat. Now Vivec's not too far away, it's sort of down and to the right. Suran will probably have to double back unless I want to go for a swim. But I think we'll deal with what we can in Vivec. We'll head back to Pelagiat and possibly Belmora. Well, I may not need to go to Belmora. We travel through Suran into Molagamur generally. And right, Sadrith Mora is even further. It's actually through Molagamur and it's in the islands to the right. So our main focus is going to be to get to Vivec. Looks like if I head south, that'll give me the best chance.
Mathera.
Should probably see if there's a buyer for some of these items. I think I can get by for now, though. I'm curious if it'll tell me. Alright, excellent. So I can follow the signposts. I don't believe we've been to Vivec already. At least it's not on the map, so we'll get a chance to see some new locations. Of course, my danger here is I have not brought any of my alchemy gear with me. And I'm planning on going further out from sort of my home base than I normally am, but the trade-off is I'm able to carry more. And of course, the good news is that in the worst case scenario, I can always use the Mage's Guild to teleport me to where I need to go. That was easy. I think we wind up in Ebonheart just as a result of going to Vivec, so we might take a minute and see what's going on there. Hopefully I don't spend the whole time just running through, not admiring the scenery. Why did I get bolts? And I get none of those arrows back. Oh wow, that was the last one I fired at it. Alright. Put that on the IOU list.
Greetings, my friend. I am Nels Lendo.
Hello, Nels Lendo. I am Caius. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Ah, I see you've heard of me. I am not surprised. No, do not tremble in fear. Nels Lendo is a reasonable man, hardly the cutthroat some would make me out to be. I offer you a fair and healthy proposition.
What kind of proposition?
Very simple proposition, actually. You will give me 50 septims, and in return you will be allowed to continue safely on your journey. Nels Lendo gives you his word as a gentleman that once our transaction has taken place, you have nothing to fear from me. In fact, I can be a very good friend to have. What say you?
Absolutely not.
Your wounds are great.
Fear that you're making an unwise decision, my friend, but so be it. I hate to soil my clothes with your blood, but no matter. Such is the life of Nels Lendo.
Such is the life of Nels Lendo indeed. So I have to assume it's this way. Actually, that might be either Ebonheart or Vivec in the background. Confess one thing I do like quite a bit about Morrowind is just being able to see all of the different locations in the background get closer. So being able to see Ebonheart on our way was a really nice little touch. Obviously our priority is Vivec, but let's just take a quick look and see what we have available here. I won't spend too much time. But, we have the opportunity, so let's see what's up. I'm curious. Not quite sure what that bridge is. I'm assuming this is Ebonheart. Maybe not, it says it's Vivec. Or Ebonheart might just be a part of Vivec. I suppose we'll find out soon enough.
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm Nalami Veleth. Are you looking for services in the sacred city? Maybe I can help.
Tell me about Vivec.
Vivec is a city made up of 9 cantons, each a little town unto itself. Each great house has its own canton, and outlanders have their own canton called the Foreign Quarter. The arena is for public entertainments, like mock battles and comic plays. Commoners and paupers live in St. Delen and St. Olm's cantons. But most of all, this is Lord Vivec's holy city. The Ministry of Truth, the Temple Prison, hangs above the great Temple of the High Fane, the Halls of Wisdom and Justice, and Lord Vivec's Palace.
Tell me about the cantons.
Vivec's cantons are buildings with many levels. The upper works are the rooftops with shops and rich folks' manors. The waste works are the next tier down, usually shops and guilds with some apartments. Canal side is the lowest level, where poor folks live. The underworks are sewers but no below canal side. Only grubbers and cleaners go down there. The corridors are like mazes, so watch how you go. The temple built all the cantons and leases them to shops, guilds, and residences.
Tell me about the foreign quarter.
The Foreign Quarter is a large three-tiered canton to the north. Originally, foreigners were not allowed to enter Vivec any further than the Foreign Quarter, but now outlanders can travel throughout Vivec at will. The Imperial guilds each have guild halls and complete services here, and an Imperial cult shrine serves the spiritual needs of the Imperial faithful. Various independent tradesmen, craftsmen, and trainers also rent space here. The Black Shark Corner Club rents beds to non-guild visitors.
What about the St. Olms Canton?
St. Delen Canton and St. Olms Canton are residence cantons for commoners and paupers. The temple
Sorry, 1 second.
The temple charges very reasonable rents for comfortable workshops, shops, and apartments, and most of Radenfell's crafts and light industry are housed in these cantons. The Abbey of St. Delen the Wise is on the top tier of St. Delen, and Hlalu councillor Yingling Half-Troll has a top-tier manor on St. Olms.
What about the St. Delen Canton, then? Same information, I see. What about the arena?
The arena compound lies between the Redoran compound on the west and the Telvanni compound on the east. The arena is the site of public entertainments and combat sports. The comfortable domed arena has been seating hundreds of spectators. Beneath the arena and are dressing in storage rooms for entertainers and training rooms and animal pens for combat competitors.
What's up with the Redoran compound?
Redoran compound is the canton south of the Foreign Quarter, west and next to the arena. The Redoran Administrative Center there includes the Redoran Treasury, Hall of Records, and holding cells. On lowest tier is a Redoran shrine and ancestral vaults. Two noble families, the Sarans and the Drallers, have top-tier manors. There are many tradesmen, craftsmen, and trainers, and Flowers of Gold Corner Club provides lodgings for Redoran kin and retainers.
And what about the Telvanni compound?
Telvanni compound is the eastmost canton. Mage Lord Maven Drenham is the ranking Telvanni noble. Telvanni rent the compound from the temple and have to make do with the Velothi Tower instead of their preferred mushroom towers. The administrative center includes a treasury and a hall of records. Slaves are housed in the lowest tiers. There are many tradesmen, craftsmen, and trainers, and the Lizard's Head Corner Club provides lodgings for Telvanni kin and mercenaries.
Seem to recall something about Hlalu Canton, but where is it? There's a lot of information I can get here. Let me just double check. Alright, tell me about the Arena Fairness.
Her shop is in the Foreign Quarter.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Nalami Velith, commoner.
Who is Crassius Curio?
Councillor Crassius Curio has a splendid mansion atop the in the plaza atop the Hlalu Canton here in Vivec.
I see, so you mentioned it, but didn't say where it was. It's the High Fane.
The High Fane is the largest tribunal temple in Radenfell. Archcanon Sarioni presides over the temple along with a large staff of priests, healers, and monks. Pilgrims travel from all over Morrowind to view the High Fane and the Ministry of Truth and to offer prayer and thanks to the before the Palace of Vivec.
Tell me about the Ministry of Truth, Mr. Orwell.
The Ministry of Truth is a celestial body suspended by Vivec's mighty power over the great temple of the High Fane in Vivec City.
And what about the Palace of Vivec?
The Palace of Vivec is an abode of the mortal form of the god-hero Lord Vivec, the warrior poet of the three deities who comprise Almsivi, the divine patrons of the tribunal temple. Only the most devout are admitted in the presence of Lord Vivec, and only at his initiation. Beneath the Palace of Vivec is the Puzzle Canal, a place of worship and testing for questing heroes hoping to receive Vivec's favor. Many choice treasures are guarded by Daedric servants in the Puzzle Canal's dark passages.
Tell me more about this Puzzle Canal.
Beneath the Palace of Vivec is the Puzzle Canal, a place of worship and testing for questing heroes to receive Vivec's favor.
Didn't you just say that part? Alright, let's get back to what we were talking about before. Tell me about Dagoth-Ur.
Dagoth-Ur is an evil immortal enemy of the Tribunal Temple cult. The temple holds Dagoth-Ur and his hosts accountable for all evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagoth-Ur dwells in fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin called ash vampires and by legions of deformed monsters.
And Drambarrow.
I've seen him in St. Olm's Cantum.
Tell me about the Dunmer.
We are the dark-skinned, red-eyed elven people of Morrowind. The Westerners call us Dark Elves, but we prefer to call ourselves Dunmer.
Tell me about Adreno Arathi.
Her home is in the Hlalu Canton Wasteworks.
Alright, I'm curious about getting cured. What rumors have you heard?
You'd think she'd be more discreet, seeing how the Duke's her father, but Ilem Dren is a strong-willed young woman, and she hates slavery with a passion. Her family's wealth and influence means nothing to her. She's proud of living in a St. Dalen slum, and she doesn't mind being seen with known abolitionists like that bookseller Jobasha.
Sounds like somebody I want to get to know, so let me just take a second here. Any advice?
Vivec is huge, it's easy to get lost, but if you observe the law, you can't get into much trouble. My advice is wander freely. Learn your way around, see that what the craftsmen and traders have to sell. See the sights the pilgrims come to see, the Ministry of Truth, the High Fane, the Palace of Vivec, and while you're here, go take a tour of Ebonheart, the imperial town across the lagoon to the west. A lot to see and do over there too.
I may just do that. Any secrets?
If someone attacks you first, you have the right to defend yourself. If someone doesn't attack you first, you're going to break the law if you attack them.
Can you tell me about Morrowind?
Imperials worship powerful spirits, but are they the right spirits? They're powerful, but are they good? We used to worship the Daedra, but now we worship the true gods. The Tribunal and the Daedra serve the true gods in fear and humility.
What do you do?
I'm a commoner. I do whatever needs doing. Cooking, cleaning, building, baking, making, breaking. And by your accent, I can tell that you are an outlander. Since you're new to these parts, perhaps you'd like me to share a little local lore.
I would, as a matter of fact. Tell me about the Nerevarine.
The Ashlanders have a prophecy that one day a reincarnation of the legendary hero Nerevar will unite the Dunmer against the invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. But the Tribunal Temple says that this is a false and profane superstition, and the Ordinators deal mercilessly with those who profess such beliefs.
What do you know about necromancy?
Under the terms of the Armistice, necromancy is defined as animation and control of a deceased flesh or spirit, and it is punishable by death.
Tell me about Red Mountain.
Red Mountain is a great volcano in the center of Radenfell Island. The crater of Red Mountain is called the Dagoth-Ur region, where Dagoth-Ur and his evil servants dwell. The Tribunal built the ghost fence around Red Mountain to imprison Dagoth-Ur and his servants, and to protect Morrowind from the blight storms that issue from Dagoth-Ur's crater.
If I were looking for someone in particular, could you point me there?
Baron Allen, the House Hlalu Vaults, is the head treasurer. Adreno Arethi's house is in the Wasteworks. Crassius Curio has a manor in the Hlalu Plaza. Yingling Half-Troll lives in St. Olm's Canton. Temple priests, clerks, and ordinators are in the Hall of Wisdom, the Hall of Justice. Some fighters live and train in the arena, and Imperial guildsmen are in the Foreign Quarter.
What about specific places? Ah, this is helpful.
Vivec has 8 cantons. On a map, it looks like a cross with the foreign quarter at the top, the temple compound with Vivec's palace, the High Fane and the Ministry of Truth in the Hall of Wisdom, and the Hall of Justice at the bottom. The Hlaalu compound to the west, the Telvanni compound to the east, and the 4 cantons grouped together at the center. Red Around compound northwest, Arena northeast, St. Dylan canton southwest, and St. Olm's canton southeast. You're in the Hlaalu compound now.
That's helpful to know.
Siltstriders from the North Landing, north of the Foreign Quarter, go to Seyda-Neen, Suran, Moligmar, and Balmora. Guild guides at the Foreign Quarter. Mages Guild teleports you to Balmora, Aldrun, Caldera, and Saedrith Mora Mages Guilds for a fee. Gondoliers ferry passengers between the Telvanni compound and the Hlaalu compound, the Foreign Quarter, St. Dylan Canton, and the Arena. Roads lead from the North Landing north towards Suran and the Ascadian Isles, northwest towards Seyda-Neen.
It's actually very helpful to know that I can go north directly to Suran. Alright, before I go any further, let's see if I can make some sense of this. So Foreign Quarters at the top. Actually, the map should show me the overall structure. Oh, here we go. Oh, great. Actually, it shows me the names for all of them as well, so I don't need to draw it. What can you tell me about vampires?
The Dunmer hate necromancy and the undead, and hate blood vampires in particular. Blood vampires are powerful undead creatures that feed on human blood. The vampire curse is contracted from disease-contaminated blood. Victims of vampire attacks sometimes become vampires.
So I've heard.
There are no known cures for vampirism, but the destruction of the vampire. Ash vampires are not blood vampires, though both are powerful, immortal undead. Ash vampires do not feed on blood and have no connection with the blood vampires.
Finally, what can you tell me about Valenda Omani?
Councillor Valenda Omani lives outside Vivec on Elmas Island. Take the bridge to the mainland from the Telvanni compound, then turn south and cross the bridge to Elmas Island. The path from the south end of the bridge leads right to the Omani Manor.
Thank you, you've been very helpful. So as much as I hate to spend so much time sorting these things out, I'm gonna have to refine my notes. So, I need to go to the Mages Guild. I forgot. Alright, so arraign fairness in the Market Canton. Ah, yes. Okay, so... So I've got 2 tasks in St. Holmes. And then Milo. Alright, so let me just make sure I got this right. So I've got the Mages Guild. Gracias Curo, though, I don't know. Ah, yes. So the majority of our work is in the St. Holmes canton. But let's start by talking with our contact
What is it, Sarah?
in the Lalo canton.
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm sure you have some questions. What would you like to know?
Everything we just talked about. You've got some useful tools. I don't think we can do business. Curious if there's any way up higher, or if I need to go into the building.
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm sure you have some questions. What would you like to know?
Gracias Curio.
He has a splendid mansion on top of the Halu Canton here in Vivec.
Aren't I in it? No Name Club. Should take a look when I can.
Go about your business, but I'm watching you. Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm Nargro Shamgramp. Are you looking for services in the Sacred City? Maybe I can help.
Now I'll make do.
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm sure you have some questions. What would you like to know?
Tell me about business.
If you want to talk business, speak with Crassius Curio or Adriano Erethi. Her home is in the Halu Canton Wasteworks.
Good to know.
Three blessings, Sarah.
Looks like there isn't a lot for me to talk about here.
Greetings, Outlander. Don't I know you from somewhere? Under sun and sky, Outlander.
Alchemist would be tempting, but pawnbroker will work as well.
Submit to the three, the spirits and thy lords.
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm Elveno Andulis. Are you looking for services in the Sacred City? Maybe I can help.
Let's see what we can sell. I've already exceeded. Alright, well, we'll work with this.
Let's not make this official, Outlander. Move along. Keep moving. May you find all that you seek, traveler.
Good Vivec, Caius. I'm Telvin Lethlin. Are you looking for services in the Sacred City? Maybe I can help.
Got any arrows? No. I think this is the best we're gonna get, isn't it? Never hurts to get a little practice in. That's definitely taking up a lot of weight. But that's weight I'm willing to give up.
Under sun and sky, Outlander, we greet you warmly.
Oh yes. Here you go back to that, need to go back to that smith.
watching you, scum.
Is that really called for, sir? All right. Wasn't expecting that to be so, low.
3 blessings.
Yeah, we might as well take a minute in the No Name Club. Mercantile is definitely tempting, but something tells me I don't need any more long blade.
Speak, traveler.
Oh, the wasteworks. Alright, I'll check that out later. Just want to see if there's a way that I can get to the mansion at the top.
Caius, please, ask anything of Vedran Velen. Vedran Velen is happy to help a friend.
Right, we already talked. So maybe the wasteworks is the way I get to the top. We'll see. Really doesn't feel right, does it? This seems like where the mansion should be. It's got a pawnbroker and alchemist. Got the Elven Nations Corner Club. Take a minute in the wasteworks just to see what we can find.
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm Elo Aranthan. Are you looking for services in the Sacred City? Maybe I can help.
I'm really just looking for Crassus Curio.
He has a splendid mansion on the plaza atop the Halu Canton here in Vivec.
In the plaza. Alright.
Greetings, Outlander.
Well-
Don't I know you from somewhere?
I'm here, so let's take a look and see what's on offer. So I'm just taking a minute here to make sure I'm not getting my tasks mixed up. presumably be where the riffraff go. Got Halalu Temple, but I don't see much use of going in there right now. I don't have anything that I want to, cure. Alright, there's probably more for me here than I've seen.
3 blessings, Sarah.
Let's go back to that plaza.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Oh,
listening.
that.
Go ahead.
I am a moron.
I can spare a few moments, if you care to talk.
Greetings, Outlander. Don't I know you from somewhere? May you find all that you seek, traveler.
Go ahead.
Ah, hello.
Yes, I'm Crassus Curio, but you can call me Uncle Crassius.
I'd rather not, thank you. Can you advance me in House Lalu?
You don't have the qualifications I'm looking for just yet, guys. Maybe when you fill out a bit.
Tell me about business.
I do not have any business for you right now, Caius.
Fair enough. Tell me about yourself.
Yes, that is my name, but it sounds like music when you say it.
You are very charming. What can you tell me about Drambaro?
Drambaro is very secretive. He lives somewhere here in Vivec.
What about the Truklalu counselors?
You should consult the recent edition of the Yellow Book of the Great House Hlalu. It lists the current Hlalu counselors and their residences.
Fair enough. Tell me more about House Lalu.
So we both belong to House Hlalu. Are you here to discuss business?
I was, but apparently you don't have any for me. Who is Navina Ules?
She lives in Ules Manor near Suran. Just take the road north out of Suran, cross the bridge heading west, and look for the manor south of the road.
Could you remind me of the requirements to advance in House Lalu?
To join House Hlalu, one must be swift and agile. We value the refined arts of speech and barter. House Hlalu places exceptional value on property and its protection, and thus knowledge of security is essential. Although our house avoids violence whenever possible, a Hlalu must know how to use light armor, short blades, and ranged weapons to provide for the house's security.
So you're saying it's going to be a while. What about the rules?
The rules of House Hlalu are simple. You must never interfere with the business of House Hlalu, or if you do, be sure that you're not caught. If you're never caught stealing from a member or attacking a member, you'll be fine. If you're expelled, you will have to make amends.
Tell me about Vilendelmani.
Councillor Vilendelmani lives outside Vivec on Elmas Island. Take the bridge to the mainland from the Telvanni compound, then turn south and cross the bridge to Elmas Island. The path from the south end of the bridge leads right to Omani Manor.
And what about Yingling Half-Troll?
Yingling Half-Troll is one of the councillors of House Hlalu. He lives in Yingling Manor in the St. Olms Canton.
Fair enough, so there's not too much for me here, is what you're really saying. Alright, so I am in the Lalu. The foreign quarter is closest. But I think I'm gonna wait. Now there was some talk about a market canton, but I don't see it on the map here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where in the world is the market canton then? Oh, you know what? It's probably the alchemy place that I haven't been paying attention
The
to.
sun and sky, Outlander. Do you have anything to barter?
I might. Foreign quarter, all right. So it seemed to me that St. Holmes I've already said that I wanted to go to the foreign quarter at the end. So St. Holmes has the most for me.
Let's not make this official, Outlander.
I think I'll leave Redoran alone. There might be things for me here, but I'm certainly much more interested in getting to St. Holmes. Now it's not clear to me. I think what I'll do is I will take care of my tasks first in St. Holmes and the temple. And on my way back, I'll go to St. Dalen to see that character I was interested in. Alright, what are we looking at here? I need to find the Thieves Guild. And then Anasi's friend. Oh yes, I still need to find the Mages Guild as well.
Go about your business, but I'm watching you.
Really, you can't tell me about services, fair enough.
I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Adenrar. Do you know where I can find her?
I'm looking myself.
Her name is Adenrar, and she is a Khajiit. Do you know where I can find her?
No, I do not.
I see. Perhaps some other good citizen can tell me where to find her.
What is it,
Keep
Sarah?
moving.
I think I might have this wrong. I might want to go up to the...
3 gods, 1 true faith.
for is that they may not have the label Thieves Guild on the door. Alright, I'll head back to take a look at these places if I have to, but let's see if I have more luck upstairs. Haunted Manor, you're saying? So if this is everything, I'm beginning to suspect that the Thieves Guild was probably not labeled as the Thieves Guild. Last place I'll check is the Wasteworks, because we'll almost certainly find, or not Wasteworks, below. We'll almost certainly find a skooma addict there. And it is not an unreasonable place to expect that that might be where we can find... Where can I find Adin-Narar?
Oh, Adin-Narar. Maybe that name does sound a little familiar. For some reason, I just can't seem to remember.
Yes, the Canal Works is presumably where I would also locate a Thieves Guild. Oh, the Underworks might be as well.
Yes, Outlander?
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm sure you have questions. What would you like to know?
Do you know where I can find a Khajiit called Adinrar? Sorry, Adira.
A census and excise agent has been prowling the canton. And this agent, whose name is Duvanius Platorius, has been showing an interest in Adinrar. So my guess is that while this census and excise agent is making his appearance, Adinrar will be hiding in the Underworks. Seems pretty good for a kitty. Gets her inspiration from the census and excise, I reckon. Look for trapdoors from the Canal Works level.
Thank you, that's good to know.
What do you want?
I want to cure you.
Ha! You call yourself a friend of Anisi? Then Jannar curses you, and Jannar curses his faithless mate. Anisi calls me a coward and a fool, the one who is her husband and whom she must respect, and she leaves me to beg and starve. She is the fool, and you are a fool too. There is no cure for the skooma addict. All the world knows this. No one knows Jar's shame better than Jannar. But Jannar is helpless. What can Jannar do? Nothing but beg and starve and cry and die. Found and spoke to Jannar, but he says that all the world knows that there is no cure for a skooma addict. He is certainly trapped in despair, but could he be wrong? Perhaps I must continue to search for someone who knows of a cure for a skooma addict.
What do you do?
Trade? Jannar has no trade. Jannar has the sugar. What does Jannar need with trade? Just go away and leave Jannar alone.
What Khajiit?
Why do you approach?
Census excise, madam.
Great. So Caius says to you, speak with Adenrar. And you have done this thing. You are speaking with Adenrar. But Adenrar will not talk to you about the Neverine or the Sixth House cult. Because why? Because Adenrar is, at this moment, very distracted by a nice census and excise agent, who also wants to speak with her.
Tell me more about the agent, then.
You do not know this? They are the collectors for the Emperor's taxes and tariffs, and the Emperor has outlawed trade in many things, like Dwemer artifacts and ebony, and a census and excise agent will enjoy being a pest about such things. For several reasons, a census and excise agent is not Adenrar's favorite person. If you want Adenrar to help you, make the bad agent go away, then she will tell you things.
Not gonna swim just to get the rat. Hate swimming as much as I hate rats.
What is it, Sarah?
Think I'll be politically incorrect and ask every Argonian I know how to cure skooma addiction.
3 gods, 1 true faith.
You guys are freaking me out.
Let's do some business, shall we?
Boo.
Yes, as I said, I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Adenrar. I thought you might be able to tell me where to find her.
Yes, she just took the gondola to the mainland.
What a disappointment, but thank you for your time. I was just heading back to the mainland myself anyway. Maybe I'll run into her there.
I'm on the wrong side. Told you I hate swimming. Boo.
So, you're the one Adenrar must thank for getting rid of the annoying census and excise agent? Indeed, Adenrar is very happy to see you, very happy to tell a friend of my good friend Caius about the Sixth House cult. And Adenrar knows nothing about the Neverine, but Adenrar is happy to tell you that too if it makes Caius happy. Ask away, friend Caius.
Tell me about yourself first.
You may have come from Caius, so of course he tells you all about Adenrar. How she is a friend of Caius, and who does little things for Caius. And who is also a member of the Thieves Guild, not all important, but very helpful and loyal to fellow guild members.
Let's start telling me about the Thieves Guild.
It's just a social club. We like the finer things in life. Those who join the club, they must know how to get the finer things in life. We're like other guilds, so we get deals on training, on goods, on services. The guild stewards, they know the finer things in life very well, and know where to find them. Adenrar must tell you, though, there's a war between the Thieves Guild and the Kimona Tong. Adenrar is loyal to the guild, but Adenrar thinks that maybe the guild is losing the war.
Tell me more about who they're losing to, then. I see you won't talk about the Kimona Tong. Do you know about bad people?
The bad people you are looking for are Kimona Tong. They're in Balmora. You'll find them at the Council Club Corner Club. There's a local Kimona Tong hangout. The scout would be Vidusa Sathron. Marasa Aaron would be the pawnbroker, and the thief would be Madril Thirith. Sovar Tendrel is the savant, and Thandrin Velis would be the smith.
You are right, except that they're no longer around. What else can you tell me about the Census and Excise agent?
You've made the agent go away? This is a good trick, and Adenrar does not ask how you do this trick, because Adenrar does not want to know. But now Adenrar is feeling quite good and happy to talk about the Nerevarine cult and the Sixth House cult. Go ahead, ask your questions.
Let's start by the thing you said you didn't know. What do you know about the Nerevarine?
Yes, Adenrar knows nothing about this Nerevarine cult because it is a silly superstition. So tell Caius this. Nobody in her right mind pays attention to this nonsense. Prophecies and ancient heroes reborn with other silliness. Fuzzy tales for little kiddies.
Then what about the Sixth House?
This Adenrar knows about because it is about smuggling. Some smart smugglers are suddenly too busy for their old clients because they have a new employer, the Sixth House, who pays very well. But what do they smuggle now? Adenrar does not know because they are very, very secret. And this is odd because these smugglers are always loud and bragging, and now they hush up like fat-bellied kitties full of sweetmeats.
Tell me more about smuggling.
Smuggling is big business. The Empire says we can't trade skooma, moon sugar, ebony, Dwemer artifacts, exotic Dunmer weapons and armor, and slaves. So smugglers trade these things. Smugglers also smuggle grief, sheen, and sujama to avoid imperial tax. And now the Sixth House hires smugglers. Though what they smuggle, Adenrar cannot say.
Greetings.
Alright, thank you for your time. Let me just, get this off my list.
What was that?
So it looks like I'm on my way to the temple.
What is this about?
Took the long way. So while we're at the temple, I might check out this puzzle palace. Bear with me one quick second here. I've set everything up to shut down at midnight.
Watch yourself.
Or, well, 10 o'clock actually. But when it crosses over midnight, it resets all of my timers, so I need to make sure that I can still see my map. so clearly I need to get to a lower level.
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I'm Nilosi Alari. Are you looking for services in the Sacred City? Maybe I can help.
I'd like to know where the Mages Guild at some point.
Every canton has its own services. If you're with the Imperial Guild, go to the Foreign Quarter. If you serve a great house, go to the Lahalu Compound, Redoran Compound, or Telvanni Compound. If you belong to a temple, go to the High Fane. The temple, go to the High Fane. Beyond that, there are many independent smiths, traders, alchemists, clothiers, booksellers, craftsmen, tradesmen, and trainers of all sort in the cantons. You just have to look around.
What about the Mages Guild, though? Well, tell me about the Puzzle Canal.
Beneath the Palace of Vivec is the Puzzle Canal, a place of worship and testing for questing heroes to receive Vivec's favor. Many choice treasures are guarded by Daedric servants in the Puzzle Canal's dark passages.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Alright, well, my contact is in the Temple of Wisdom, so...
I'm Sivi Caius. I'm Maidar Aravel. Don't worry, Vivec can be confusing for all of us, and we live here. Is there some specific place you want, or someone in particular you're trying to find?
Well, I am looking for the Mages Guild. Alright, they are also in the Foreign Quarter. Well, I am looking for someone in particular, as it happens.
The most important people in the temple compound are Archcanon Sarioni, the High Fane, Beryl Sala in the Justice offices, Elam Andis in the Office of the Watch. Redorans are in the Redoran compound, and Telvanni are in the Telvanni compound. Hlalu are in the Hlalu compound, but also in St. Delan and St. Olm's cantons. Imperial guildsmen are in the Foreign Quarter. Some fighters live and train in the arena.
I also need to check that out at some point. All right. You're not who I was looking for.
This is Vivec, Pilgrim. It's big. Can't you find your way around the cantons?
I can. I just happen to be looking for Mara Milo.
She works in the library. If she's not there, you might find her in her private quarters. Her door is across from the canton offices here in the Hall of Wisdom. Sorry, the canon offices here in the Hall of Wisdom.
Thank you. I'll try and find the library first, but I have a feeling she'll be in her quarters. Tempting to open that, but I would rather not. I'd love to spend some time in here.
What now? unify the three.
Yes, I'm Mara Milo. Caius sent you. Follow me into the back of the library. We can't talk here.
Thought you're not allowed to talk in a library at all.
Spit it out or hit the road.
You can see you don't like me very much.
Go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about the Sixth House cult, but I can tell you about the Nerevarine cult.
Well, let's hear it then.
The temple worships Nerevar as a saint and a hero, but the prophecies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. The Nerevarine cult claims that the Tribunal are false gods, hence the temple's persecution of the Nerevarine cult. A group called the Dissident Priests disputes the temple doctrine on the Nerevarine prophecies. The proscribed book Progress of Truth describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Caius Causades. That will tell him the things that he needs to know about the Nerevarine cult.
What do you know about the Progress of Truth?
This book lists the disputes of the dissident priests with the tribunal temple doctrines. The temple has outlawed the sale or possession of the book, so it will be hard to find. We have a copy here, but I fear I'm being watched by ordinators here. A safer plan would be to search for the local booksellers. Some booksellers ignore temple bans on outlawed books for profits and for principles.
Interesting. Well, let's start by talking about the Tribune. Well, maybe the temple first.
Tribunal Temple is the native religion of civilized Morrowind. They worship three god kings, Almalexa, Sothasil, and Vivec, who are together known as the Tribunal. We usually just call it the Temple. Like loving ancestors, the Tribunal guards and counsels us. Like stern parents, they punish our sins and errors. Like generous relatives, they share their bounty among the greatest and the least, according to their needs.
Can you tell me about Almalexia again? Well, not you again, but in general.
Almalexia was the virtuous wife of Lord Nerevar, and a later consort of Lord Vivec.
And Sothasil?
Sothasil was the mightiest wizard and the most wise counselor of the First Council.
And Vivec himself?
At once brave and honorable, and cunning and devious, Lord Vivec is a rare combination of the virtues of flamboyant adventurer and prudent statesman.
Tell me about the persecution of the Nerevarine cult.
It's an Ashlander cult. Primitive superstition, says the temple. Nerevarines say the Tribunal are false gods. I've never understood why the temple wastes so much energy on them. The faithful cannot be shaken by such attacks, and Ashlanders are just ignorant savages. But since the submission of the temple to the Empire and the erosion of faith among the Dunmer, the militant wing of the temple is increasingly fierce in its attacks on heretics and heathens.
So speaking of the heathens, tell me more about the dissident priests.
The dissident priests dispute temple doctrine and are outlawed and persecuted by the temple. Ordinators arrest and imprison heretics, and the Empire cannot interfere. Progress of Truth lists their beliefs. In brief, they challenge the purity and divinity of the Tribunal, suggesting their powers are sorcerous, not divine, perhaps akin to the powers of Dagoth-Ur. They condemn the arbitrary power of the Ordinators and accuse the temple hierarchy of self-interest and corruption.
Interesting. Why are the Ordinators watching you?
I do not care for temple politics, but I have read Progress of Truth and it troubles me. I have friends, former priests, who have gone into hiding, and so I am bound to come to the attention of the Ordinators. I'm careful, but I'm afraid. I'm no secret agent like you or Caius. Sooner or later, I too must go into hiding, if it is not too late. When you return to Caius, tell him that I am worried, and that if something goes wrong, I will leave a message under the agreed code word Amaya.
Tell me more about the Ordinators, then.
The Order of War fights the enemies of the Temple. Most war Ordinators are stationed near Red Mountain.
So tell me more about Dagoth-Ur, then.
Dagoth-Ur is the evil immortal enemy of the Tribunal Temple cult. The Temple holds Dagoth-Ur and his hosts accountable for all the evils that beset Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagoth-Ur dwells in the fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin called Ash Vampires and by legions of deformed monsters.
So So, how do you know Caius Caussades?
Caius is a dear friend. Like me, he admires the best traditions of the temple: charity for the poor, education for the ignorant, protection for the weak. He is a Westerner, but he has come to love our land and our people. But like me, he distrusts the arbitrary power of the Ordinators, and like the dissident priest, he suspects the temple is hiding something. He serves the Emperor, but he also loves Morrowind, and he sees the failing virtues of the temple as a threat to Morrowind's political stability.
Well, you've told me a secret, so I'm going to tell you one.
Those dreams mean nothing to me. Perhaps you wouldn't know, but the temple regards disturbing dreams as a sign of soul sickness, a sign that the mind is deranged by impure impulses and dangerous feelings. The Ashlanders have many superstitions about dreams, but they have superstitions about everything.
Tell me more about soul sickness, then.
Soul sickness is called madness or insanity in the Empire. Signs of soul sickness are strange dreams, uncontrollable impulses, and cruel and evil deeds. Madness is not a disease, as Westerners believe, for if it were, it might be cured by blessings and healers. Soul sickness is a curse of Dagoth-Ur, who sends dark dreams to attack the weak of faith in their sleep. Those strong in faith can resist, those weak in faith must seek counsel from the temple.
Interesting. You've been very helpful.
By the grace of Elmsevi, lords and rulers of all, know all Dunmer by these words that I, Muthsera Hlalu Velando Omani, have legally purchased the home of Sedanin of the Dunmer Indaryl Rathiron and the accompanying land for the sum of 3,000 imperial drakes. Witness our hands on this third day of the evening star, third era 426. Seal of the seller, Indaryl Rathion. Seal of the buyer, Velanda Omani.
I thought that might be a secret document. Alright, so I need to find a book if I can. Probably won't be in the temple quarter. Let me just knock that off of my list.
Watch yourself. We'll have no trouble here.
This looks like everything is in the,
Rights and duties.
Seems like everything awaits me in the foreign quarter, but let's see if we can find something in the puzzle area.
If you're here for trouble, you'll get more than you bargain for.
I am now rather glad that I chose this path because I'm going to be able to try all the different quarters again for the book.
Wealth beyond measure.
It's a long night. Let's just take a minute to admire the sunrise. Not quite what I was looking for.
What do you want?
Do you know how to cure a skooma addict?
Not heard that there is a cure for skooma addiction. The Khajiit themselves say that there is no cure, and they should know, but there is a book that I've heard called Confessions of a Dunmer Skooma Eater, which claims to be a memoir of a Dunmer woman who overcame her addiction to skooma. The book praises skooma and says that skooma addicts are not necessarily foolish or evil. Dunmer won't carry such a book. Try Vivec, Jobash's rare books in the foreign quarter.
Very good of you, thank you. Alright, I feel like I have to get this no matter what. Obviously, I would prefer divine intervention, but I am, of course, back home in Morrowind, so Helm Sevi is not the worst I could run into. Perhaps the first puzzle is getting in. Oh dear. Apparently I don't have a way of getting out of here. Is there really no way for me to crawl out of this? So that would imply that there's another one of these on the other side. I don't think I'm any closer to the destination, though. save this for, Vivec will want to speak with me for cleaning out his tunnels. Probably not the done thing to be running around with an axe in the temple. Do you think he noticed? Tell me about the puzzle canal.
I ask myself, do I like you enough to tell you about this?
If you're here for trouble, you bargain for.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
Don't know you. You're a pilgrim, right? This is Vivec City, pilgrim. Are you looking for someone in particular?
Just the puzzle canal.
Beneath the Palace of Vivec is the Puzzle Canal, a place of worship and testing for questing heroes hoping to receive Vivec's favor. Many choice treasures are guarded by Daedric's servants in the Puzzle Canal's dark passages.
Alright. Not gonna spend too much time looking for it, but we'll see if we can,
We're watching you, scum.
I'll do one last run just to see if I can find the puzzle canal on its own. I didn't really want to do that. Seeing as oh dear. Alright, well, we'll take a look. But I'm really gonna try and do my best to get back on the path. Oh dear. I have options, I'd just rather not use them. Alright, here we go. Alright, we'll start by, what does that get me? Probably nothing, but let's see. Oh, encouraging. Oh, didn't quite get it. Alright. can't get back up on here. Well, I didn't want to originally do this for everything, but puzzle canal level 4. Interesting. Presumably level 1 is underwater then. Well, there's certainly no shortage of rat meat available to me. So I don't know if I'll spend the entire time down here in the puzzle canals. But once we're done here, I'm going to take the journey up to find the noble who is against slavery. I'll see if I can find some of the books, and then we'll finish in the foreign quarter to pick up whatever items I need from there. Alright, so on its own, there doesn't seem to be a lot here. Puzzling indeed.
Breathe the waters of his glory, and the way is made clear.
Well, don't have anything to lose. Now I may have sold off all my water breathing. Huh. I could, of course, try to levitate, but that may be a barrier. Gives me an alchemy project for when I get home. Alright, so the real question is, how do I get back onto the cantons? Don't recall if we've been to level 5 yet. How do they do that? Alright, so. Okay, better. This is gonna be a tricky one. There we go. Alright, so we will look for heretical books in the other quarters. Finally finishing in the foreign quarter to go to the Mages Guild and to generally finish all of our other tasks.
We're watching you.
there's any entranceways on this level. There are. My apologies.
You Enwa!
We've seen you in our discerning eye, Caius. We see you, waking and sleeping.
Tell me about the discerning eye.
My starkest madness seeming is divinest sense. Come, grasp the chain and prove that you're sane.
You seem to know a thing or two about Dagothur.
It is the hour of wakening. He comes forth in his glory, and his people shall rejoice, and his enemies shall scatter like dust.
What was that?
So, I've learned the lesson about going into strange rooms.
What is it, Sarah?
Hello. I was hoping to find Elmain Dren. Well, tell me about justice offices then.
They're in the Hall of Justice here in Vivec.
What is the Hall of Justice?
The Hall of Justice houses the four orders of the Temple Ordinators, the Order of the Watch, the Order of War, the Order of Doctrine and Ordination, and the Order of the Inquisition.
I'll take my leave. Now this woman's companion seems to be a bookseller, so I have a feeling that they might have some information that's relevant to my current interests.
Not now, Outlander. Head on.
At this point, I'm just going to populate the map and make sure that there isn't anything off to the sides.
One true faith.
So one of the tenets of those faith to always be in the way.
It's not bad when you know your way around, Caius. What are you looking for in Vivec?
I'm interested in secrets right now.
Have you heard of this new secret cult, the Sixth House? They say they sit around in caves, cutting off pieces of their own flesh and eating it. It's that corpus disease. It makes flesh grow wild and crazy. Cut a piece off and another piece grows back, bigger and better. Guards say we're looking into it. Right. That makes me feel better.
What about rumors?
Tinusea Veloth has the divine disease, but she refuses to leave the city.
What's the divine disease? I'll ask someone else. I don't think there'll be anything in these halls, but it doesn't hurt to take a look.
I don't believe I've seen a dark elf with such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you?
What is it, Sarah?
I'm really just looking to see what I can buy.
Yes, Outlander?
No glass blowing, huh? Fair enough. Ah, here we are.
Greetings, friend. How can I help you? We have an excellent selection of glassware, though it's getting more exotic items has become very difficult.
Why is that?
Well, some of the finer materials are hard to come by these days. While it would be nice to have such items as dwarven limeware, it has become too difficult to obtain it.
Tell me more.
It didn't used to be as much of a problem, but Bolrin at the East Empire Company has been manipulating the prices, I'm sure of it, and he won't give us, most of us, a license to sell the stuff. Actually, I know for a fact that there's a shipment of limeware being held up on a ship in Ebonheart. If you're willing to recover it for me, I would be willing to reward you very generously. Perhaps 1,500 drakes?
I'll get the limeware for you.
Excellent. You can find the limeware aboard the Chun Ook, docked in Ebonheart. It is likely very well guarded, so take care. There should be at least 10 pieces of it. Bowls and cups, I believe. Anything else you find? Flasks, plates, or platters is probably fake, so leave it behind.
Do you know anything about skooma?
Skooma is an illegal narcotic substance made from refined moon sugar. Criminals use it as a kind of currency. They say it makes you fast and strong, but clumsy and stupid. Of course, I want nothing to do with it.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I'm Caius. I'm Rathel Barris. Don't worry. Vivec can be confusing for us, and we live here. Is there some specific place you want, or someone in particular who you're trying to find?
Just trying to see what glass things I could buy. I was hoping for
Let's
armor.
do some business, shall we?
What is this about?
You may speak.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Not quite ready to break into priest's quarters yet.
What is this about? What is it, Sarah?
You may speak. You may speak.
Just taking a minute here to take a look at some of the names. So it was Jobansa.
Outlander, what do you want?
Oh, no weakness or fault. It has no master.
Welcome to Vivec, Caius. I am Drolberry. Are you looking for services in the sacred city? Maybe I can help.
I'm fine for now, thank you.
Let's do some business, shall we?
Let's shall.
It's the sacred city of Vivec. Count your blessings. Can I help you find someone in particular, or are you just looking around?
Looking for a deal, first of all. 100 arrows is a bit much. 103, not a chance. Some of these might be interesting. Question is, will they buy? Yeah, Yes, they will. Thank you. Glad the Ordinator wasn't bothered by that.
Excuse me, can you help me? Oh, I'm over here. My name is Cassius Oclinus. Sorry, you see, I've been made invisible by a wizard.
I can see that. Tell me more about yourself.
That's me.
Not very detailed, is it? Tell me about your invisibility.
Yes, the wizard, Faven Raylan, cursed me with invisibility. You can't imagine what it's like living like this. No one will talk to me. Everyone thinks I'm a ghost of some sort. I can't take this any longer. I'm afraid to go talk to the wizard, and my father, the traitor, will think me a fool. Please, can you help?
I'll give it a try.
You will? Thank you so much. I can't tell you how awful this is. People always walking into me, knocking me down. No one to talk to? It's awful.
Tell me more about this wizard.
He's a mage in the Telvanni section of Vivec. I don't know why he'd do this to me. It's just terrible.
Well, the Telvanni are not my biggest fans, but we'll give it a shot.
Speak freely, friend.
What is it, Sarah?
Somebody was talking about moon sugar.
There's someone watching you. I can tell.
Can at least try and make a little money. And take a look at your books. Don't have much in terms of stock,
Wealth
do you?
beyond measure, Outlander.
Suppose I could get some materials. think there's any way of making that trade work, but...
Yes, Outlander?
We already talked, sorry.
If you're here for trouble, you'll get more than you bargained for.
Alright, I feel like I'm missing some details here. No, that's it, but I need to find a way down below to the canals.
What do you watching you? What is it, Sarah?
What is this about?
What's Sarah?
May your battle show only victory, friend. Dunmer?
I know there's a way to get back to where I was.
Let's do some business, shall we?
Why are you hiding it? I don't even think I've checked down below here yet. Someone's gonna be causing me some trouble in a little bit. Stuff up. Probably gonna have to find a place to sell this. Nope, still made it. Would be nice to have some explanation about why I was attacked, but for now I'm just gonna work with trying to find this noble. Something going on here. Oh, well. I rather wish I was warned about that. Ah. That makes a little more sense now. Yeah, so it's just that thing poking up through the world. Oh, good lord. This won't go well for me. No, I think I can handle that. Although the damage attribute probably cost me something. Do I have any health potions? This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, my strength has just been zapped for something. I don't think I'm gonna have enough heal. And I think I'm going to lose quite a bit of, yeah. I think I'm gonna lose quite a bit of progress on that. Oof. So at a minimum, I need to get that invisibility quest
Get
back.
it out or hit the road.
Should get used to saving a little bit more often. Oh, excellent. I did find you.
I am Ilmeni Dren, daughter of Duke Vedem Dren. Who are you, and what are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Yes?
Interested in business.
What business? Prove yourself in House Lalu, and then perhaps we can discuss business.
Very well. Oh, wait a minute. That's not who I'm looking. Oh, it was. But I can't get any further.
Your actions precede you, Outlander. I've heard good things about you.
Alright, so now we need to try and find the bookseller that she knows.
This is the sacred city of Vivec. Count your blessings. Can I help you find someone in particular, or are you just looking around?
Just looking around.
It has no.
Alright. So I will just go into those other
Keep moving.
those other rooms for curiosity. And I do want to see if I can find that bookseller.
Die, Fetcher!
This guy seems to have a lot more. Seems to have a lot more dialogue options than can't remember what the strange dreams option was. He really doesn't like me now. Alright, so we've dealt with what we can here. Now we'll go up a level. And again, the main target is an individual named Jobana, if I can find them.
Where is that slave? Watch yourself. We'll have no trouble here.
Oh, that's right, I also bought a bunch of stuff. I wonder, do I have... Yes, I do have unsavvy intervention. So that's sort of my get-out-of-jail-free card. I could have done that in the previous encounter, but I
I'm listening.
try not to
Go
do.
ahead. Yes, Outlander.
Try not to do that in this
What's
case, though,
Sarah?
because of the amount of
What is it, Sarah?
the amount of time that I lost. That might have been the smarter move.
That scent is unfamiliar.
What is... I'm listening. Go ahead.
You wish to speak?
Again, I may have already got the anticipations, but I don't remember.
You may speak.
I'm listening. You want something?
What was that? Where is that slave? Outlander.
I think I forgot to check for books for this guy.
Yes, Dunmer?
So I'll admit I'm a
Watch
little
yourself. We'll have no trouble here.
I'm a little surprised I can't find this bookseller in this area.
Mathsera.
So I want to be careful now in terms of what I'm selling. Nope, more than I wanted. That was unexpected. Then again, they don't exactly love me here, so...
Outlander.
Anyways, yeah, it seems like... whoever this bookseller is, I can't find them in the plaza. It's probably easier to just walk out and get back to the... the canal works. So before I go too far, I'll take a minute just to see.
Let's not make this official, Outlander.
Alright, we already explored this. It's a lot harder than he did last time. Oh, you're kidding me. I'm gonna have to go back to those merchants again. Case of I might have been able to mess around with that a little bit, but at this point I really just want to be
So good to see you.
there's still room for improvement with my alchemy, but the main purpose for it now is just to turn heavier mats into lighter potions, and eventually into gold that doesn't weigh anything. Alright, once more with feeling. I came in on the wrong side, but we'll be able to work with this. Slightly more paranoid way of saving, but we have wasted quite a bit of time on this. And ultimately unless we can find this bookseller in this area, which is fairly unlikely, there's really no point for me being here. I admire your style. Alright, nothing can stop me now.
I should have killed you sooner.
No, wait, really? Alright, well that's a good start. Maybe you know what, deal with that later. I'm lucky that the monster is bugged out.
Give it. You're dead already.
Of course I'm encumbered.
bathe in your blood.
Alright. Now, the one thing that doesn't quite make sense here is that I don't actually see the status effect. That's a shame. Now I have a way that I can get some extra weight. The one thing I didn't see is if it said that I can rest and improve my skills. Let me just double check what that's worth. Alright, now this is probably going to summon something Daedric. Not panicking yet, because I have... Okay, now I should be panicking. Look at the range on that. It's probably heavier than I really want to be carrying, but... I don't remember Shigarath being as mean. and sell it. Alright, so steel is worth 40 and weighs 20. Right. Probably shouldn't have bought so many arrows. Any more hammering I can do? Yes. I can't believe that worked. Rats everywhere. And of course now we know that I did not get the message saying that I should rest and meditate. So take a look over at this end here before I move on to that door. Ah yes, the rat meat encumbrance, scourge of all adventurers. Meek's traveling clothes are worth quite a bit. Alright, it's wasteful, but... Actually, if I'm gonna do that, the least I can do is make some good use of them. I'm really glad I did not get a blight disease as a result of that. That was unexpected. open this door, and that is a shame. Oh, nope, that was me in the way. Sadly, nothing to shoot my arrows at. Alright, this should free up a lot of inventory space. Oh wow, that was a lucky run. Wait, a journeyman. Oh yeah. Wow. So now I need to pick what's what has the highest return. If I went crazy and just got rid of my arrows. Yeah, not even close. Bone mold is definitely worth something. Still need to get rid of 20. Makes the most sense. Way to get overburdened again. This is definitely what I'm dropping arrows for. Wow. Right at my limit. Alright, so clearly I need to get to a merchant that will buy all of this.
Keep moving.
We've kind of cleaned everyone out in this corridor, so...
I am a sleeper, one among thousands. I bring you a message. Dagoth calls you, Caius. You cannot deny your lord. The sixth house is risen, and Dagoth is its glory. He is lord and father of the mountain. He sleeps, but when he wakes, we shall rise from our dreams. Shall sweep over the land shall sweep the land clean of the Inwa. Why have you denied him? As Lord Dagoth has said, all shall greet him as flesh or dust.
Tell me about the sixth house.
The sixth house, the sleeping house, House Dagoth, the house of Lord Dagoth, the true house, the one house to welcome all true Dunmer and drive the Inwa from our land. Rejoice and join us. Come to Red Mountain and prepare the way for his coming.
What is this about?
Beneath Red Mountain, Lord Dagoth sleeps, but when he wakes, we shall rise. The dust will blow away. Serve your Lord Dagoth the sixth house is risen, and Dagoth is its glory.
Let's not make this official, Outlander. Move along.
Alright, so... just gonna head over to the right here. Again, I'm also still looking for bookstores. The good news is if I can find some merchants to buy the stuff that I have right now, then that's gonna make it easier for me to go back and pick up the other items. I'm going to assume that probably in a house there aren't going to be too many people who want to trade.
Under
Where's this?
sun. Probably nothing. So good to see you. We're watching you.
Yes, Outlander.
My kind of temple if there's a bottle on the ground. Okay, first question, what do they buy? So it's tempting to sell off these potions, especially in favor of getting some spells, but I might need to sell the potions elsewhere. Should see what kind of books he has, though. Alright, I'm gonna turn that down for now, just because I need to lighten my inventory, and selling potions doesn't do that. Normally it does, it just happens to be that my potions are very light.
Is there
Outlander,
something I can
what
do
do you
for you,
want?
Outlander? I'm listening. Go ahead. Outlander, what do you want?
I'm CV. I'm Caius. I am Bushius. Don't worry. Vivec can be confusing for us, and we live here. Is there some specific place you want, or someone in particular you're trying to find?
Apparently I can't talk to you about
What do
skooma.
you ask of me?
Yes, Outlander?
Sir, I found the one place that doesn't buy and sell. The Haunted Manor. Oh, no. You know what? We're gonna leave the Haunted Manor for another time. See if there's something down below in terms of being able to buy and sell. What? Salt of the earth types don't need to defend themselves.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I think it's safe to say I'm wasting my time here. Alright, so if I go to the north, I believe it's the arena. At the very least, I should be able to find somebody to buy my weapons there. If I can find someone to light my load, then I will be able to go back, buy up the items again, or pick up the items I left. And,
Do you have something to say, Dumner?
I'll be able... Did you just call me Dumner? Then I'll be able to go to the Telvanni area to help clear the invisibility. Tell me about the arena.
The arena compound lies between the Redoran compound on the west and the Telvanni compound on the east. The arena is a site of public entertainments and combat sports. The comfortable domed arena has seating for hundreds of spectators. Beneath the arena are dressing and storage rooms for entertainers and training rooms and animal pens for combat competitors.
Well, I'd love to participate in some combat, but I need to find a place to, buy and sell first.
Well, I'm listening, so go ahead.
Mathera.
Plenty of training, just not the kind I need. So I'm gonna guess the plaza area is probably going to be the arena itself.
May your kills be quick and many.
Outlander.
Alright, well, I'm not crazy about going to the Telveni side, but I will anyway and see how much I can sell. It's partly just desperation on my part to get rid of some of the weight. The main reason why I changed my mind is that if I can sell some things at the Telveni, I can still talk to the wizard and try and cure the invisibility. Then I can go back and buy or pick up the items that I left behind and take it all up to the foreign quarter to sell.
Oh, no weakness or fault. Watch yourself. We'll have no trouble here.
Decided I don't care that much for the ordinators.
Not now, Outlander. Head on. You may speak.
I don't believe it. Ugh.
I really don't want you around here.
Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Oh, please, by all means, ask me lots of questions.
Why do I get the feeling I'm not welcome here?
I don't have time for you.
I don't like you much, stranger.
Watch it.
Huh. Well, there might be something on the lower level, but it's looking pretty sparse here.
Where's that slave? There's someone watching me. I can tell. Leave me.
Alchemist is promising. Sorcerer.
Not now, Outlander. Head on.
Enchanter. Mage.
There's no time. time for talk now. Go.
Definitely want to buy Firestorm if I can. But I can't sell stuff to him.
Annoying outlanders.
I'm sure there's someone else you can bother.
Again, I'm looking to lighten my weight, so no real surprises there.
We're watching you, scout.
There's gotta be some kind of a blacksmith in the area here. Then again, if it's Telvanni, they probably think these eggheads can probably... I'm sorry, these eggheads probably think that they can just use magic.
Outlander.
Doesn't get much use, does it? I don't know what I think I'm gonna find in the canal works. Alright, so against my better judgment. Let's find this Farron fellow.
What is this about?
Let's not make this official, Outlander. Move along.
Same to you, buddy. Found like the perfect place.
What
We're
is this
watching
about?
you.
I don't have time for you. This should be interesting.
I can spare a few moments if you care to talk.
Oh, please, by all means, ask me lots of questions. What a winning personality.
Is there something I can
This
do
should be
for you?
interesting.
Ah.
We're watching you. Scum, watch yourself. We'll have no trouble here.
Nope, no trouble at all.
Let's not make this official, Outlander. Move along.
Kind of
If
reading.
you're here for trouble, you'll get more than you bargained.
Alright, as edifying as that was, it seems like I'm in the wrong area.
Nothing's keeping you here, so move on.
I suppose I could have seen if any of those people wanted to buy anything, but
Keep moving. You may speak.
Watch it.
Find someone else to bother.
here we go. Oh wait, this might be the wrong guy. Fairman Rallin, yeah.
I'm sure there's someone else you can bother.
Pretty sure it's just the sorcerer, but I'm going at
Keep moving, scum. Annoying
Here we are.
Outlander.
Alright.
Take my advice, Outlander. You're a foreigner, and foreigners are not very popular in Morrowind. Make yourself more agreeable, or nobody will talk to you.
Well, about that. So I am slightly curious if I do fortify personality more than once. Got 87 now.
Sure, Caius. Go ahead.
Excellent. First things first. Firestorm. And leave the storm for good measure. Cassius. Alright. Let's talk about Gracius. No, Cassius.
That little twit. Of course I made him invisible. Did he tell you why? He asked me to! Came in muttering something about just wanting everyone to leave him alone and promised to pay me 400 septims to make him invisible to everyone. Did I get my money though? No. He still has a debt to pay. So, when he came in a few weeks later begging me to remove it, I laughed in his face. Or where I assumed it was. Still owes me 400 septims. I haven't even charged the interest on the debt because I don't believe the little fool would understand what it meant. You can pay the debt yourself if you wish.
I'll pay the debt for him.
You want to pay the debt? Fine with me. I'll remove the spell. But I don't want to see that little fool back here again anytime soon.
I am quite a bit poorer than I was. Alright, so small change of plans, seeing as I'm not able to find any place to sell my items. One possible exception to the Lizard's Head. Let's just see if there's any options.
Now here's one who can hold their own. How are you?
Such fine company, one would be wise to listen.
Yeah, something tells me that innkeeps aren't quite willing to trade in weapons.
Outlander.
Alright, well I think I'm gonna head back to the Lalu side. See if I can sell anything there.
Such fine company, one would be wise to listen.
Failing that, we'll go to the foreign quarter. I believe that's directly to the west.
Citizen.
So that death waste works in a bit. I just want to double check what we've got in the area.
I've got better things to do, so if you don't mind, let's move this along. Outlander.
No, I haven't checked this at all. Wait, this is because it's Redoran, not Halu. That's why they all hate me. Seems like there isn't a lot for me to do in here. Ah, alright. So it was Jobasha.
Not heard that there is any cure for skooma addiction. The Khajiit themselves say that there is no cure, and they should know. There is a book I've heard of, Confessions of a Dunmer Skooma Eater, which claims to be a memoir of a Dunmer woman who overcame her addiction to skooma. The book praises skooma and says that skooma addicts are not necessarily foolish or evil. Dunmer won't carry such a book. Try Vivec, Jobash's rare books in the foreign quarter.
From where do you hail, friend?
No, looks like there are things down in the end here. Elven Nations Corner Club. I suspect I won't be able to buy and sell here.
Greetings, Outlander.
beyond measure.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Yes?
Yeah, just the same.
Now where did I put...
Alright, the weaponsmith.
You may speak.
I know some of these folks, we kind of cleaned them out already.
I
If
can
you're
spare a
here
few
for
moments
trouble,
if you care
you'll
to
get
talk.
more than you bargain for.
You know what, let's see what we can do at the weaponsmith first.
By the three, my rights and duties. Sarah.
Oh, Outlander, did you want something?
If you're here for trouble, good to see you. You'll get more than you bargain for.
I could get more repair prongs, but I think that kind of hurts the effort. Alright, it's a start. That's looking promising. Let's take the opportunity to get some materials.
Under sun and
Works for me. just trying to think what else might be taking up weight. I mean, everything else is something I kind of want to keep.
Oh, no weakness or fault.
That had me scared for a moment. Alright, so we'll clean up the work that we need to do in, can never remember the names of these. St. Dellen. And then we will go to the foreign quarter on the next broadcast, because I'm already a bit later than I planned to be tonight, and I have an early presentation to give.
I've got better things to do, so if you don't mind, let's move this along.
We're watching you, scum.
I've likely still overburdened myself. I don't think I'll be able to take everything, but... Oh no, I've got 100 left. Mind you, after we go to the foreign quarter, I might want to finish at the Mages Guild and take a quick trip to Balmora so I can drop off everything. Can't remember if I put arrows down or not. It says I have 50. There they are. Oh, just shy. The 6 really matter. So this will be something that I try and sell in the foreign quarter.
If you're here.
I'm a little tempted to try and check out some of those other rooms, but I have a feeling that it's either going to be combat or looting, neither of which I have the space for.
Thank you, thank you. It's so good to be able to be able to be seen again. Just wish I had something to offer you, but I have nothing of value and no gold to speak of. It's not easy to find a job when you're invisible. Thank you again.
I'm listening.
What's my reputation at? Still sex. All right. On that note, we'll admire what I think might be Ebonheart. But on that note, we will leave the Foreign Quarter and the rest of my quest for next week. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in 7 days.